All right.
Welcome to That's Debatable.
That's debatable.
That's debatable.
Here's a segment where Corey and I discuss a rather controversial topic.
We philosophize on controversial debates where we're presented with a subject matter to debate with a one side versus another side. We flip a coin to decide what side we're on.
Live by the coin, die by the coin.
And then we debate. And then after we debate, you guys decide who's right and who's wrong or which side is correct or funniest, whatever you want.
Welcome back to the show, guys. My name is Nick.
And I'm Corey, and you guys will tell us your name in the comments, please. If you guys like our podcast, That's Debatable, you can go check us out on Patreon, link down below. But also, if you're going to like our other content we put on Patreon, it's our movie channel.
It's the good stuff. You guys know it.
But if you want to watch those on YouTube, then you can see the also down below.
And if you want to listen to our podcast in case you're driving and can't look at our pretty faces, then check it out on Spotify, Audible, Amazon, whatever else your heart desires.
All those links are down below.
All right, hit us with the first one, Corey.
First out of 3 debates is, can you date your ex's friends?
Your ex's friends.
Can you date your ex's friends, yes or no?
Okay, heads is going to be yes for you.
All right, heads is yes, tails is no. Can you date your ex's friends? Tails. Can you date your ex's friends? I think not, good sir.
You think not?
I think not.
Give me more than that.
You shall not.
The coin spoke for you. Why?
I believe you should not date your ex's friends because if they are your ex's friends, you will be hanging out with your ex. That is awkward. That is awkward as
I think you can date your ex's friends because they're your ex for a reason. So them. And their friends too.
I think that if you date someone, there is a very high chance that you become... What's the word? You become acquainted with their friends.
You become friends with their friends.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes.
Like frequently. If you are not hanging out with their friends frequently, then that's a strange thing for a partner.
You got the easy one here.
What do you mean? You could date it.
I think in many cases.
I didn't finish my point.
Oh.
You hang out with your friends. That's it.
Go.
No, if you're dating someone, you will be hanging out with their friends pretty often. I think it'd be strange to date someone and like never hang out with their friends ever.
If they have none.
If that's even stranger.
Yeah.
That's a flag.
That's a flag.
But if you hang out with their friends often and then their friend is your ex, you'll be hanging out in a group setting with your ex while in a romantic setting with your new partner. This is going to create tension.
Not unless you rip that new partner from your ex. Like a true parasite.
I think the only way that would work out is if your now partner loses their friend group or your ex gets excommunicated from that friend group. Both of which feels to me.
Yeah. So many people's relationships, I would say, end in a bad way. Or people try to have their relationships end in a bad way so it's easier to get over. I've heard of this too. I have no idea why someone would desire that.
He's having a philosophical sneeze. An idea just came to his head.
Poopy caca.
That was a bad one.
Well, they're your ex for a reason. Many people break up with their exes in a not so amicable way. So their ex kind of means nothing to them. This is not true for me, so I don't speak on my behalf. But for many scenarios people experience in their lives, I'm babbling on about shit.
You have no strong point.
This sucks. This sucks.
The way I see it is that if you are a kind and compassionate person and you believe your partner is a kind and compassionate person, if you and your partner are neither of these things, you suck. So there's that. But if you and your partner are both kind and compassionate people, would you want to put your ex and their friendship in a position where it's just awkward and uncomfortable?
Your ex cheated on you. You bang all of their friends, then you bang their dad, then you bang their mom. Then you bang their grandparents.
Are you saying that you're dating this friend of your ex on purpose?
Spiteful.
Are you saying it's a spiteful dating?
It's a hate.
But that's not dating. Can you date your
ex? I hate this ex so much that I'm going to take one of their friends, get in a relationship.
I think that makes you a bad person.
Impregnate them and start a fucking family.
It's not like their dad. That's
and then
different.
30 years later, I'm going to be like, you ex. No,
that's different.
This is for spiteful, vengeful people.
That doesn't feel that spiteful.
What?
Dating your ex's friend doesn't feel spiteful. I mean, you could do it spitefully, but like it's not like a sister or a mom.
I think because they're no longer your partner, it is fair game. while it might be a little disrespectful, depending on the relationship you have with your ex, like I said, many people's relationship with their exes are not good. Then again, people usually have friends similar to them. So your ex's friends are going to be similar to your ex.
I'll give you a bone here. I do not think that there's anything morally wrong with dating your ex's friends.
There's some moral wrongness.
I don't think there's anything like morally wrong in the sense of like, if you said I'm dating my ex's mom, people would look at you and be like, what the f-? Or if you say I'm dating my sister, people would look at you and be like, what the f-? If you say I'm dating my ex's friend, like, or it's just I'm dating someone who's friends with one of my exes, I don't think you would get looks. They would just be like, oh, okay, I guess that's how you met. Like, people wouldn't really think too much about it the same way as other bad relationships. Like, I don't know. It seems more normal to me. Like, okay, you met them through your friend. It didn't work out. You're not like cheating on anyone. You didn't do anything wrong. It's whatever. You're just a person. However, the reason I think it's wrong is because you are now putting a friendship in jeopardy or making someone out to be a bad guy. It feels like you may be doing it out of spite, but if not, you're still like, you're making your ex intentionally feel uncomfortable.
I think we've talked about not including our own opinions into this. I think it's up. I think leave your ex alone. Don't her friends.
You fail.
You failed too.
What do you mean? I threw you a bone to break it. I still wouldn't do it.
What, dating ex's friends?
Yeah, I wouldn't. Because that means I have to interact with them. I don't want to do that.
I have no problem with interacting with an ex. I think it's fucked up to like romantically involve yourself with exes or romantically involve yourself with your friends' friends. I know.
I think it's weird.
Your friends' exes.
I think that
exes' friends' exes. Both fucked up.
That's another weird one. I don't think they're the same level at all.
I think friends' exes is worse than exes' friends.
Exactly. Significantly worse.
Because you have no allegiance to your ex.
I think that dating a friend's ex is bad.
I just think
there's a small exception to that.
If you've dated someone and it didn't end badly, that means you've cared for one another at one point, and you probably still respect the person and don't detest them. You just didn't work out together. Sure. That's how my past relationships ended. None of them ended out of like any type of like foul play on either side. Yeah. They ended because the relationship fell apart. I have nothing against my exes, any of them. Sure. So I have no spite towards them, and I would feel disrespectful dating their friends. That's all.
Exactly. That is my point. Thank you for making it for me.
What do you guys think? Do you guys think it's up to date your ex's friends? I think this one is very circumstantial. I think that it heavily depends on how your relationship ended.
I think there's exceptions and like ways you could argue either side for a lot of these, but this one feels not so bad to do. I just think it makes you a not so great person if you did it for the wrong reasons.
Let me defend my side really well. Your ex is see, I have a hard time arguing this one because I'm like relating to my personal experience so much. Say your ex is a piece of shit that cheated on you, and one of their friends is mad cool, and you get along well, and they're hot, and you're into them, and they're into you. Well, and they stop being friends with your ex, and you get with them. You have no allegiance to your ex because they were bad. They were not amicable. They ended your relationship in a poor way. So you have no reason to respect them or their wishes, and you have no reason to respect their friendships for that same reason. Well, so you take one of their friends, and you bang them, and you have a good time.
Without having a like, again, throwing you another bone. I don't want to give you this, but I will. If you're saying that you dated someone and you ended on amicable terms, you like care for each other. If that ex came to you and said, "Hey, I think that you would actually get along really well with my friend," they set you up.
Yeah, that's fine then, because you have blessing.
That's what I'm saying. Like that. Yeah, that's an in.
That's another case. So if you get blessing from an amicable ex, you're good. If you don't get blessing from a ex, you're good. Ultimately, it's not morally super wrong, just frowned upon. It's like pooping near a playground.
It's if you feel like there's a benefit to dating their friend just to with them, I think it makes you a little bit
like if you poop near a playground at 11 p.m., there's no kids there anyways. But the next day there's kids that are going to be exposed to like some big human poop, and that's not necessary.
I'm glad that you've spoken this analogy with such clarity.
Yeah, I'm here to enlighten you guys.
It was very eloquent of you.
Would you date a friend's ex? Tell us in the comments.
No. Would you date an ex's friend?
Would you date an ex's friend? Did I say would you date a
friend's ex?
Yeah, those are very different things.
Those are very different things.
Would you date an ex's friend?
Moving on.
What's worse, being too early for a party or being very late? This one will be mine.
Flip your coin master.
Heads will be early as what? Bad?
What's worse, early or late? Heads is early, tails is late. You believe that being late is worse.
Being really late is disrespectful to the people that have organized this event with you. So like say there was a party scheduled for 8 p.m. and you show up at 10. Mm-hmm. You've disrespected those people's time.
That has happened to me literally last week.
What?
We had a New Year's party. We said everyone get here at 8. No one showed up for the first hour.
That's a party.
One person showed up at 9, and then everyone showed up at
Who
10.
showed up at 9?
Jen and Dakota.
Wait, we weren't there by 9?
No, like 9:45, 10. You were
No,
still over
no.
2 hours late.
No.
Brand and I set up at like 4 o'clock, and we're rushing. Hopefully, like everyone's okay with. We're like doing this last second.
You guys are so
and then
cute.
8 o'clock rolls around. We're like, we didn't have to
I know
rush.
for a fact that I was here by 9:20. So don't you fucking lie. You
Okay.
guys did a great job though.
What's worse, being too early or too late to a party? Early is so fucking awkward. You're the nerd who shows up before anyone. You have to make small talk with the person for an extra like, hour or
But
two.
say it's a close friend. You can vibe with them alone. Brandon literally asked me to come early because I could chill with you guys and chat for a while. And I
Yeah.
still showed up late.
But exactly.
Because I'm a piece of shit. I'm saying it's worse and I'm a piece of
Every movie where you have an uncool person going to a party, when do they go?
way too early.
Exactly. It's uncool and it's cringe.
There's a difference though. There's uncool and there's madly disrespectful. And I think uncool is way less of a problem.
Okay, finish this phrase. Fashionably
early.
No, it's fashionably late. Being fashionably late is cool. There's no fashionably early.
There's though. There's like, hey, we made plans for 8:30. You came at 9:30, and it's just a small group. I understand a party.
Yeah.
But
no, this is to a party. I feel like different situations have different codes.
Personally,
like, is it good to be too early or too late to a wedding? Probably it's bad to be late.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's not a party. But that's not a party.
What did the question say?
To a party. What is worse, being too early for a party or too late?
Technically a party.
No. A wedding party is a party. A wedding is the marriage part.
Okay, it said very late or too early.
Too early or very late.
Let's give a time frame.
Okay, let's say a party is happening at 8 p.m. at my house on New Year's. Too early is 7:30.
That's too early?
Yeah, it's early. The party starts at 8.
And that's worse than showing up at 9?
Yeah, it's awkward. We're not there. We're like, no, we're not even, like, Brandon's taking a shower up until like 8.
Yeah, you can come chill on your phone.
Just sitting there.
Yeah.
Like, getting drunk off multiple shops.
Yeah, start
by
jerking
themselves.
off in the room alone.
Be like, I didn't expect anyone
They
here.
walk downstairs, you're in the living room beating your meat.
Versus New Year's party, if someone came at 11:30, I'd be like, cool, you're here. Whatever.
Yeah?
Hell, if they came at like 12:30, I'd be like, all right, it's cool. Whatever.
You don't mind someone being late?
To a party with like 30 people? No, not that much.
I think it's respectful if it's a small party, a small gathering. We're playing with the word party here. I think it's another one that's fairly circumstantial.
Is it really debatable?
I think there's an inverse relationship with the size of the party. This is actually, I'm legit saying this, but I'm going to have to
You're
say
saying it in a dorky voice to make it sound like it's not your opinion, but it actually is your opinion.
Yeah. I think it's inversely proportional in the sense that as the volume and size of the party increases,
Volume and size, really.
the lateness actually becomes rather diminishing in its insult to the runners of this party. Runners is not a good term. Hosts. Now, the smaller the party, the bigger the problem with getting there too early. No.
It's not the insulting.
No.
It's not
the smaller the party, the bigger the problem of getting there too late. The bigger the party, the smaller the problem of getting there too late.
It's
how diluted is the individual in the party?
Being too late is insulting or like rude. Being too early is also rude, but it's not insulting. It's cringe. It's awkward. They're
Would you rather
bad for
have
different.
cringe or
I don't handle awkward very well. I don't know.
'Cause you're awkward?
Yeah, it's like you can't have two of the same thing. I need someone who's confident enough to like hold a conversation. If someone showed up early and they're like, "Where's the party? Like, is there music or something?" and there's one person dancing in a room by themselves, I'd be like, "I need to go upstairs. Tell me when someone gets here."
Let me give you an example. You're hanging out with a group of 6 people. Somebody shows up half an hour early. We're chilling, right? Somebody shows up 2 hours late to the group of 6 people.
Well, if they're chilling, then it's not too early.
No,
let's say you're hanging out with a group of 6 people and they show up 4 hours early. Like you're still not even home.
Early.
You're still like at the gym.
Okay,
they say, "Hey man, I'm at your door. Where are you?" I'm like, "I'm coming back from the gym. I was gonna shower, and then like people are coming in an hour. Like, why are you there?"
I think that's an extreme though. You're breaking the bounds.
Early.
Versus very, very late.
If you show up half an hour early and it's cool, it's not too early. That's just early.
You know, that voice plus the mannerisms really make you know how somebody's face is punchable?
You f***ing baboon.
Your face is slammable into a wall. You know what Hulk does to people in Marvel Rivals where he picks somebody up and goes, boom, boom, boom? That's what that channel's in me.
Okay, well, I'm happy you've shared that.
What do you guys think? Do you think it's f***ed up to be too early to a party or too late?
I think that the smaller the party, the more rude showing up late is. But no matter the size of the party, showing up too early is always uncomfortable.
I don't think so. Small gathering.
As a host of a party, if someone showed up too early, it makes me feel on edge.
If you're in a small gathering, 6 people, and one of my friends shows up, I don't know, an hour early, I'll chill with them. But if they show up 2 hours late, I'm be like, hey, you missed out on a bunch of activities.
Were you planning on just not doing anything for an hour before the party? Or like, were you busy? You set a time for a party because you were busy up until that point.
I may have been busy.
Either you were setting up decorations or some shit,
hang out.
or like you were busy with other life stuff.
Go eat food from the cat box, from the cat feed.
I don't know. What would you rather have? Would you rather someone be awkward and too early, or insulting and too late?
I think we should have given scenarios.
What do you mean? There's a
So
party.
like, let's say half an hour too early or 2 hours late.
It depends on the event, really. Like, I think too early, like just saying it is
Half an hour too early.
It's. I think saying half an hour is not too early.
Yeah, if you come somewhere 4 hours early or 4 hours late, regardless, you're a piece of shit.
Well, the thing is, every situation
probably over
Every
either way.
situation is different. So I think just saying flatly, it is too early for you to be here. It is too late for you to be here. That's the equivalent. Because just saying 2 hours late, oh, it's totally fine. Then that's not too late. And if you're like, oh, they showed up half hour early, that's fine. That's not too early.
The question is, do you want the person to be a big part of the experience? Then early is cool. Late is not, because they miss out on the experience and you miss your experience.
If your friend said, hey man, like my kid was having a sick day and like I was doing all I could.
So I came there early to get away from them?
I see what you did there. No, if they came late because they were like, I had to put my kid to bed and she's like coughing all night.
The kid.
If they have a good excuse, I think being late's fine. If you are too early, it's just like you don't understand social constructs. Just feels like you don't respect my time.
Or you are trying to avoid traffic and respect your own time. Okay, buddy?
That's like 5-10 minutes early. That's not too early. That's like, okay, you're punctual.
What do you guys think is worse? Being too early, by whatever your definition is, or too late? Rough estimate, I would say half an hour too early, 2 hours too late. I think that's a fair too early,
I think
too
half
late.
an hour is way too amicable of a number. That's just
An
like
hour early.
Sure, an hour early.
That's an uncomfortable amount of time.
It is. Yeah.
And 2 hours late is a substantial lateness. So.
Depends on what you're doing. But yeah. All right. Next
All right,
debate.
last question. You go ahead.
All right. The final debate. It's very serious. You better have a fucking good point. All right.
My butthole's puckered.
Pucker your mouth so I can say this line. Is cereal a soup? Yes or no?
Is heads, no is tails.
Is cereal a soup? Tails, it is not a soup. Of course cereal is not a soup, you dingus. Why would you even say such a thing?
Cereal equals solid objects in liquid base.
Are
What is
you a
cereal?
soup? Your base is liquid water and
No
blood.
one's eating me.
Of course not.
Not for consumption.
Really?
I have a tag on my butt that says not for consumption. 18 plus.
There are plenty of things that are liquid with solids that are not soups.
It has to be a right proportion of liquid to solid. You can't have 90% solid and 10% liquid and call that a soup.
Dips. Plenty of dips.
That's not liquid.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's a liquidy
No,
substance.
that's okay. Let's clarify. Viscosity needs to be vastly different.
What viscosity?
The viscosity of the solid needs to be closer to 1, and the viscosity of liquid needs to be I think the unit's like the mu for viscosity, if I remember correctly from engineering, from fluid mechanics.
No. Cereal is not a soup.
Why not?
Why?
Why not?
Because soup is a specific meal made to sustain with a certain type of broth and or
Is titty milk from cows not broth?
savory meats and such. Soup is a meat-based food.
No.
Yes, that you
No,
can...
literally, vegans eat soup for a living.
No, they're eating fake soup. They're
No.
having vegan soup.
Vegans eat soup for a living. You can have a kimchi broth and you could put a bunch of vegetables
That's like
in there.
that's like saying you're having a vegan burger. You're still having... They don't call it something new.
Sure.
The vegan burger. That implies burger is not vegan. Vegan soup implies soup is not vegan. It's meat soup. All soup is meat.
No, it's
chicken,
not.
Yeah, because chicken broth.
Okay, while most broth bases are animal bones, I will concede that. Technically, milk or the fucking freaks that use water for cereal are still making a soup.
No one uses water in cereal. If you use water in cereal, you're not a person. Therefore, no one uses water in cereal.
I agree there. That's not debatable. If you use water in cereal, just jump.
You're not human. You don't deserve our rights. No.
Imagine putting that in the Constitution. And everyone has the pursuit of happiness.
Except those idiots that put water in cereal.
You are not people.
You
and
are
you
not.
deserve to be in prison.
No, soup is it's a philosophical thing that you can point to and be like, soup. This is soup. This is not soup.
What?
I look at
What?
sock. I look at sock and I say that is clearly not soup.
What is a philosophical thing
Yes.
you can point to?
Yes.
That's the stupidest I've ever
Yes,
heard.
that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is.
That phrase had so little meaning to it.
Some people,
That shit was so stupid that if I was teaching a class and one of my kids said that, I'd be like, what?
There are
and if they
some-
repeated themselves, I would walk up to their desk and slap them.
you dumb fucker. There are some subject matters where you just know it is or it isn't. Why is the sky blue? It just is.
And why is soup philosophically not cereal?
Because it just isn't. It just isn't right.
You eat soup for breakfast.
No, I eat cereal.
Same thing.
No, it's not. Because I said it isn't, therefore it isn't.
To me, good arguing.
So I got.
Thank you, defense attorney.
Your Honor, my client's innocent. Why?
I said so.
Defense is all cap, Your Honor. He just is.
Defense is capping, Your Honor. I think cereal is a dessert,
What the fuck?
personally.
Where are you going?
I don't think you can eat cereal as a meal.
Cereal is dessert?
Yes. I think cereal is a dessert.
How do we tangent to there?
I don't think it's filling. But this is me throwing you a bone because I don't think you can eat soup as dessert. Soup is either an appetizer or a main course, depending on the meatiness and chunk value.
Name another soup. Any soup that is sweet.
Sweet? Pho? Pho is sweet.
Pho is not sweet.
Pho
Pho is
Pho
savory.
is sweet broth.
No. Pho is savory.
Pho has sweet broth. To such a fact that I brought my mom and aunt to get pho, and they said they couldn't eat it because the broth was too sweet for them.
Sweeter than no sugar does not make it sweet.
Okay.
It is savory first and foremost.
There's cereal that's not sweet.
What cereal combination is not sweet of milk and chunky grain?
Wheat flakes of some sort that have no sugar.
Milk has
Sugar-free.
sugar. It is a
Yeah, but milk is not sweet on its own.
Yes, it is.
It can have sugar and not be sweet. You can add sugar to a braised pork, and it's not
There
sweet.
are like 5 base flavors. It's like sugary, salty, sour,
Your opinion?
bitter, and savory. Why do you do these things?
That's your opinion.
Which flavors would you describe milk as? Yes, I'm glad that you smell like fungus. Milk is sweet. It is not sour unless it's
Milk
bad.
is-
It is not salty. It is not savory, and it's not bitter. It is sweet.
It's on the bitter side actually, and that's why milk is the ultimate pairing with sweet desserts. I'm a fucking
Milk
whore.
is sweet.
I am a whore for milk and
Who
sweet
says
pastries.
this milk is bitter, very good milk?
It's not very bitter. It's slightly bitter. Milk is not sweet on its own.
It is sweet.
No. You're stupid, and you should feel bad.
You are unculinary, uncultured, and fucking smart.
I'm gonna go eat my soup cereal, and you can stay being a peasant.
I could take a poll in all of the world, and I would say, raise your hand if soup and cereal are the same thing. And people would say, you're a fucking moron. I'd be like, I know, because it's not, God damn it.
I would vote against it.
Because it's not.
Yeah,
Cereal is not soup.
yeah. When I flipped this coin, I got angry because I think people that call cereal soup are fucking idiots.
Nobody agrees.
But I will play as devil's advocate because that is the law of That's Debatable.
There are certain concepts in life that you just know. You can't argue because you just know. That's why we have a justice system, because it's like, what
The
is
worst
the
part
law?
is that if this flipped, you would have been adamantly arguing that soup is cereal.
Listen, I'm a lawyer. I abide by
You
my
are not
position.
a lawyer. You are a lawyer in SpongeBob
I
text.
defend my client to the best of my ability.
Your ability is not good.
My ability is as good as I am.
It's not good. Your ability is bad, and you should feel bad.
Objection. Ad hominem. See, there you go. You have no idea what the I said.
You said a straw man attack, which is what ad hominem is. What's your next point?
Your Honor, I would like to request the bailiff take this man off the podium.
Your audience, I would like to request your opinion on whether soup is cereal.
If
And
you say soup is cereal, get the off this channel. You're not welcome.
honestly, I agree. Thanks for watching, guys. Please check out the full podcast a week early on patreon.com/NickandQuarry. We can also see our movie and show content and vote on what we do next.
Yes. We have so much content on Patreon. It's a shame that we're only charging $5. God, it's worth like $40 a month, but like we're benevolent overlords. We give you a lot.
overlords.
We give you a lot.
And we are kind souls to you.
We also give everything on YouTube, so you can just watch it there.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.
And stay away if you put water in your soda, you goddamn gargoyle.
Troglodyte.